Hello and good evening. Welcome to Pod 13. I'm Drew, also known as GSG.
Hi, I'm Sarah, also known as Airsoft Vixen, and tonight we've got some guests on from BZ. If you'd like to introduce yourselves.
Well, I can't actually see Joe, so I don't know if he's even on still.
Oh, I'm
So I'll
definitely here.
introduce.
I'm
I'll go
definitely
first.
here.
There he is. There he is. So I'm Lewis. I'm the digital marketing social media manager for BZ.
I'm Joe. I do basically anything to do with airsoft, so everything.
So thank you both for coming on this evening. Really appreciate it. A couple of things is all mentioned first. So don't forget that UCAL are doing the meetup on the 2nd of June at Halo Mill Proving Grounds. So this isn't just for members, this could be for anyone. Just come along, say hi to our members, have a little play, and yeah, just sort of see what we're about. Obviously, if you're new to Airsoft and you want to have a go and you're a female, perfect opportunity to come along and join in with the rest of us. Also, don't forget we've got our charity game coming up on the 6th and 7th of July at Skirmish Wickham. There's still some tickets available, so make sure you get booking them. And we've also started releasing our raffle prizes. So yeah, you'd be mad to miss out on the amount of prizes that we've got. So
There's loads, isn't there? And there's some really good ones.
yeah, we're creeping up quite a high number in terms of worth for them. So yeah, definitely worth coming along and getting some raffle tickets for that. Raise as much money as we can for Sappho. Also, we've got Shift Your Wrist coming up this weekend, and we're going to have quite a few UK members there, including Alex as well. So if you see any members, go and say hi, and yeah, just say hello. And I think BZ are going to be there themselves as well.
Yep.
So yeah, make sure you check them out. And last but not least, on the 1st of June, we will be attending with the UCAL stall the BZ Fest. So make sure you come say hi to us there as well. We'll have some merch for sale, and yeah, we'll go into a bit more detail about the BZ Fest throughout the podcast. So yeah, thank you, Joe and Lewis, for coming on this evening. Really appreciate it.
No problem at all.
No problem at all. Thanks for having us.
So how long have you actually both been working at BZ?
I'll let Joe go first because he's technically the first ever BZ tactical employee.
Yeah, technically. So it's been 6 years now. It was 6 years, I think, on like the 18th of April or something. So, and to be honest with you, it's absolutely flown by. Like, it's, yeah, blink and you miss it.
So I started in November 2019. Kind of fell into the job, to be honest. I didn't even apply for a job with BZ initially, but I ended up working for BZ somehow.
No, that's cool. You say like 5 new, but I'm guessing that's because you enjoy it so much.
Sorry, what was that one?
You said like those 6 years that you've been at BZ. I'm guessing that's because you've enjoyed it so much and it's gone.
Yeah, literally, I think it gets to like, because we do like so many events on the paintball side as well. Like you blink and the next event is here and then the next one, and yeah, I do thoroughly enjoy it. There's nothing I don't enjoy doing at work really. So yeah, it's literally been a blink and it's gone. It's like, well, hold on, the next milestone really is 10 years, and like that's not even that far away now.
And I think our business has changed so much since me and Joe both first started. I'd say like Joe was the first airsoft employee. Before that, it was a paintball shop exclusively since 2003. When I first started, so I worked for 5 companies. BZ Tactical just happens to be one of them. And when I first started, it was the least important thing. I had very little going on, and now it's like it's been a complete it's been a complete turnaround. It's like the most important thing. There's something constantly going on to do with the airsoft, and it's just been a mad few years, especially since like COVID. Like everything's just changed for us.
I do think BZ like completely coming up this me as well. I mean, I hadn't heard of you guys being 4 hours south, to be fair, until I think it might have been last year. I think it just social media presence just sort of blew up, and yeah, everyone's mentioning you. I think BB's helped.
Yeah, I think there's been a bit of a combination of things really, because like obviously we've got the experience of being a paintball shop, so we had like years and years and years of the customer service side and the foreign stuff like shipping and all that connection. So as a shop, we had a lot in the back of us before. It just meant that we had to get on side of selling more and more airsoft stuff, and eventually realize like we're onto something here. And then we started pushing that more on socials. I got made to start doing TikTok, and then it just kind of like went from there. Now we're in a 3 times bigger building than we were a year and a half ago, and it's everything's going really well.
That's good.
What actually made you guys sort of want to branch away from the paintball and, well, not away from the paintball, but go into the airsoft side of things to start with?
So it all started when because they were the distributor for Tippmann at the time, and Tippmann have made paintball guns for, I think, before I was born, and they've always been an absolutely fantastic product. And they started making airsoft guns. They started getting the airsoft market. They have the Tippmann M4, their kind of HPA blowback mechanical hybrid, and they were selling that for a number of years as distributed throughout the country. But then when they started getting like the AEGs and stuff made, it was a case of, right, we need to do more. So they actually then decided to open like BZ Tactical as a website. And when I first started, it was doing very small numbers, but now it's ridiculous how much it's grown. But yeah, it was actually down to a product we were distributing at the time, or they were distributing at the time, I wasn't even working for them, that was airsoft. As I say, it was a case of, well, you're already selling this under this brand name, could you sell this as well? And it just started from there.
From what I've been told as well, it wasn't exactly like let's do airsoft type of thing. It was like, oh, really? Do we have to? Like, I was starting a bit like, well, don't really know about that. Like, can we not? Do we have to? But they kept pushing it, and it just kept growing from there. And like it was literally just a tiny section in the shop in the corner, and now it's like 80% of our shop is now airsoft. And
majority of the gun wall is all airsoft. Parts again, everything. It's just because there's so much of it as well compared to paintball. But yeah, it just takes up the majority of the room now.
What would you say was your favourite gun that you've got currently in the shop?
In the shop, I'm really liking some of the new VFC gas blowback stuff we just got in. It's new to, it's not been out for a while, but it's new to us. CO2 gas blowback, end pass installed, really good recoil. Like I really need to pick one of those up, but I don't think my wife will let me. But yeah, I just can't decide which one I want. That's the hard thing at the moment. There's a few different ones. It's like, which one do I go for? I've not decided yet. They'll probably all sort of sell out before I decide anyway.
I really like the VFC M249. It's just so ridiculous, but like it just looks fantastic. Just for like reliability and value for money, like my favorite gun in the shop, probably the KWA Eve 9. I think it's just a great AEG, and like for that price, there's very few guns that can do what it does. But like my overall favorite gun we don't actually have yet. I believe we're getting it in maybe this week or next week. It's the G&G Far 9, the foldable gun, but it's the all pink version. And I just think a huge pink AEG. I think as someone who does like TikTok and stuff like that, that's just like and I've got a list of like about 5 or 6 videos already I'm going to use that gun for. So that's my favourite gun, and it'll become
I'll keep an eye out then.
That's great. So how long does it actually take to unload the delivery wagon?
So for like the big 20-foot containers, we actually only get a time slot of 2 hours to unload them. So, and we normally run it right to the limit as well, because it's quite a lot of things in those containers. So yeah, it's for a big delivery, 2 hours. That's what you get. If not, the driver's like, oh, I'm charging you extra now, so you've got to work fast.
Yeah, it depends what we get as well. Like now we produce over the last year, we've been producing our own BBs, unloading a 20-ton container full of BBs. Especially like the first time we did it can be an absolute nightmare. When you have to like physically throw 25 kilogram sacks of BBs out of a van onto a pallet, and when you open up the thing and the stack of boxes is like that, about to fall out, and you have to try and like go under and pile some out so they don't all fall on your face. And yeah, it's a job, but it depends what it is. But BBs are the worst thing to unload, definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
Have you had any accidents unloading BBs where they've just gone everywhere?
Not yet. We've been lucky. Nothing's. I mean.
Oh no, I've jinxed it.
Yeah, I'll be coming for you if we do now. No, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's always like a small amount of damage in transit, but luckily it's always just been boxes, like a few lids here and there, but nothing that we don't have like spares of to replace and stuff. So, yeah, fingers crossed. We've been lucky so far.
That's good.
What new products have you got coming out soon? Obviously, Lewis has already mentioned one. Have you got any more?
Yeah, we've always got more. We've always got more. Something we've been waiting on for a long time. The guys at Arswick have been like really perfecting it. And every time they think they're ready to release it, they're like, right, we can make that thing a little bit better. So it keeps getting pushed back. But it's finally coming out this summer. It's the APC 9K. It's officially licensed from B&T. It's as close to the real thing as you're going to get. We've got some Tokyo Marui stuff coming in next month, the AKXs and the Sega 12. And we've got, I don't think I can say what it is, but today I've got confirmation that we're doing something. If you're a speed softer, we've got something that's quite exciting coming. We're trying to get it before BZ Fest, but it might be after that. But we'll probably be able to announce it in the next couple of weeks. So, is there anything I'm missing, Joe? Anything exciting?
Nothing that I can think of. Yeah, the thing that I'm most excited for will be the APCs. As Lewis said, they're full 1-to-1 replicas. I mean, the best thing about them is that Nelson was one of the cores of the company. He is forever in contact with Carl Brugger, one of the owners of B&T, and he's forever, making sure that, Carl's as happy as he can be. And he's Carl's now seen both the Airsoft APC 9K and the SPR 300 and critiques them both, and he's like, this is as close as anyone's going to get to like a real one without it being real. So Nelson really does care, which has caused some delays, but I'd rather that it be perfect when people pick it up, go, yeah, this is really special, compared to getting something out there like maybe some other companies have done and it just not be as good.
That's fair enough. That makes sense. But things are worth the wait.
Yeah, absolutely.
On Instagram, we've got Warhound G-Man. B&T is a lifestyle, not just a shop.
It's definitely a lifestyle for us, the amount we put into it sometimes. I know Joe's here, there, and everywhere every single weekend for BZ.
Airsoft Cat has put, I'm excited for the BZ Fest, so many things going on, and the prizes. And lots of people just saying hi, basically.
Yeah, I think we're really
hello, everyone, and yeah.
Hello, yes. I think we're really fortunate with the amount of companies that we work with that are just so amazing and go, oh, you're doing this in this day. Yeah, we'll give something for it. No problem at all. Almost, I can't think of anyone that hasn't chipped in that we work with. And everyone is just like being so generous. But I mean, it's all about, giving back to like the players and the people that do, spend, at the end of the day, it's their hobby. They spend quite a bit of money, things like that. But so giving something back to them is just the best we can do, really.
Yeah, we've got we can't get an accurate number because some of the prizes we give away don't exist yet on the retail market, so we don't actually know how much they're worth. But the last count, it was over 11 grand worth of stuff that we're giving away.
And I'm not allowed any of it. It's shocking.
Yeah, some of it donated by ourselves, and a lot of it donated by the great companies that we work with, and we've been a bit blown away by it, to be honest. Like how generous everyone's been, how just the overall reception for what we're doing and like, the amount of people we've got coming. And as we said before we started, we were fully booked. We're fully booked for now, at least as of today. And yeah, I think if you'd said to us 18 months ago that we'd be doing an event attended by 1,000 players in one day, we'd feel that's a bit crazy.
I wouldn't have believed it, not with how other things work out now, not at all.
It's quite overwhelming in a sense, isn't it? But like in a good way. It's like, wow.
Not a good way when you're the one planning it.
Yeah,
I'm probably losing a few hairs over this one, but it'll be worth it in the end, definitely.
So what actually made VZ want to do VZ Fest?
I think it was just like
madness. I think.
Yeah, madness. Yeah, that's it. Actually, yeah, never mind. No, it was the overwhelming like positivity and reception that we got last year when we opened the store. So when we moved from our old unit to our new unit, we did an opening day, and it was absolutely ridiculous. Like, never in the history of the company we'd have thought when we rolled up on that Saturday morning to go into work and open the shop and stuff for the first time, would we have had a queue literally down the road blocking other businesses' car parks?
I saw pictures. I was like, wow,
ridiculous. Yeah, like we never could have imagined that. Like, and it was just so positive and lovely to see that people want to come to our store and have travelled they travelled from all over the country then. So yeah, it's a case of it worked out so well and everyone enjoyed it so much. It was like, right, well, let's try doing it again. Let's see if anyone wants to come again. And apparently they do after doing nearly 1,000 tickets. So yeah, hopefully it'll become a yearly thing. But again, it's all down to the players. If they want it, then they get it.
Yeah, and last year when we did the opening, we really set ourselves up to fail because we were moving unit. It was kind of like, right, this is the day we're opening. We had like a month's notice to even organise it, let alone promote it and tell vendors to come. And so like hardly any companies came to it. We accidentally organised it on the day of the King's coronation.
Yeah, that was good.
It's not like it was the first time in 80 years that something like that had happened. So we really didn't know how it was going to pan out. And I remember like about an hour and a half before it was opening, like there was like 3 or 4 people outside. Someone had camped out overnight in the car.
Yeah, literally.
And I was kind of like, oh, okay, this will be all right. And then about 10 minutes later, someone said, oh, have you seen the queue? And I was like, oh, yeah, I've seen the queue. Yeah, there's 5 people. And I went, no, have you seen the queue? And I looked outside and I was like, oh, God, it was like round the corner. And then we didn't even really get a chance to fully take a photo of the queue at its max, which was like down the road. Anyone who went last year and is now coming to VZ Fest this year, you'll be glad to know that we've made the entry process a lot faster. So you will not be waiting 2+ hour queues anymore. We're going to roll everyone in.
Did you end up counting how many people attended the opening then? Did you have like a rough?
We had a rough idea. It was about 500 or so, but I say the queue was so long. We had people like it was just a case of showing up. So we had people who had to leave because they couldn't get in time, and we had people that kind of skipped the giveaway thing, which is how we got a number of people, how many turned up. But people were just trying to get in as quick as they could. So this year we initially were going to do that at first, but then we realised it was going to be a lot bigger than last year. That's when we started doing the free tickets so we could get an idea and keep it under control, and then also like make it easy for people coming in. So last time it was like come in, put in your details, then you can get in the giveaway. Now, because we've already got your details, we've literally got welcome packs made for everyone. So you'll come in, you'll get a little baggie with you get a free sticker sheet, you get your food and drink tokens for the day, you get an information flyer, you might get a free patch or a sticker in there or something like that. You get a wristband, one of them festival wristbands that you can come and go as you please. And then you get a giveaway ticket, so it's already in your bag, so keep hold of that, and then we'll do giveaway draws throughout the day. We're actually a bit prepared this year.
A bit, yeah, not much.
We've had a couple of comments on the Instagram. The chairs off to show that if only all companies in airsoft were about giving back to the players, these are great guys. And they also said that they can confirm the opening day was chaos.
Yeah. Can I just say on the opening day, I went outside to go do a Mexican wave and everyone stood in the queue, and they were all rubbish last year. I'm going to do it again this year, and I want to see much, much better. I want a proper Mexican wave this year from the front door down.
Yeah, I think so.
If you guys were to win the lottery and you could only spend it on airsoft, what would you buy?
I don't even think that's. There's several things that I want that are just ridiculously expensive. I've already got night vision, but a set of like the 4-tube quad nods as they're called, set of them all day long. That's 54 grand gone. Well, are bringing out a minigun that actually has 2 barrels on it, and me and Stu from Patrol Base working out the other day. It's like 320 rounds a second or something if you have like 2 of them, one in each hand. And they worked it out that if you use a 0.4 gram BB on that, it's 6 pounds a second it's firing. So that is done.
Yeah.
It'll be gone in no time.
I'd probably buy a stake in BZ so I can invest my money, I guess, would be the right question. I'd also get myself the pink 5.9 from G&G as well.
Never use it.
And just have it on my wall to admire it.
We've had a couple of questions. Coolstone Hulk has said pre-registration is necessary or can come directly. I think that's regarding the BC list.
So is that asking if you need to have a ticket or not?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so we have to cap the event to a certain point. So we've decided on 1,000. That's kind of the cap we're doing. Obviously, with it being a free ticket, not everyone who's booked is going to turn up. So if you haven't already booked, well, I'd say to people, please book. They have technically sold out as of today, but over the next week and a half, we're chasing people who booked for multiple people but haven't confirmed who they're bringing with them. So there'll be spaces opening up, and there'll be people saying, "Oh, yeah, I can't come anymore, sorry guys." So there will be tickets opening up. So basically keep a note on that, or if you want to send us an email, we can let you know once a ticket's been free. You can have like first dibs on it or whatever. If you are just planning on turning up on the day, we will have like a limited number of wristbands and for people, but if you turn up on the day without pre-booking, you won't get the free food and drink. We've only got so much free food and drink allocated, and you might not have access to things like the sniper and pistol competitions, stuff like that. But you will still be able to, hang about with everyone and meet everyone who's there and visit in the store. But yeah, if you haven't, we highly recommend people book before attending, so you can get the full experience and get your free burger and your free drink and have a good time with everyone.
Sounds good. We also had Pyro Ginge, Rebecca. She said, how painstaking was the process of making your own brand of BBs where the same manufacturer isn't used by anyone else?
I mean, for me and Lewis, it was easy. You didn't have to do it. It was all Thomas and Neil, the owners of the company. I think there was a time...
You went out to Taiwan and did a lot of the testing for the BBs.
Yeah, but that's only a fraction of it. I mean, I can, but I don't want to. And it's basically their baby, the Rebel brand. I don't even know how it all really fully came about, but they decided, they want their own brand of BBs. They want to do this. They decided on the, they had to come up with the name, the logo, and yeah, we don't get me wrong, we did go and visit BLS. And absolutely lovely factory, great, very nice people. Gave us a wonderful tour, showed us everything, and it wasn't down to price. And the quality of the BBs from BLS are still fantastic. There's no doubt about that. But what it came down to is not the polish or the sizing, which is, what everyone wants to brag about. It was the weight consistency. And when I'm sat there, 14 hours from home, on a flight, like weighing BBs in a room, and one's better than the other, you've put that much time into it, you've got to go with the one that's better regardless of anything else. So yeah, don't get me wrong, our ones do cost us more than we could have got from BLS, but from all the testing we've ever done, I keep, each and every time that, the new box is opened, I'll take a bottle out, I'll open it, I'll test it, I'll open bags, I'll open anything to test it to make sure it's all okay, because, and it always has been. We've had a few people come back with, just obviously things can go wrong in manufacturing. That's always going to happen. There's no getting around it. Everyone that's ever had a problem will know that, it's been swapped out. Like if you've shot half your bottle of BBs and you're now having massive problems, send them back to us. Yep, there's a problem in that bottle. There's a full one replaced, because that's what we want to do with it. We want to look after the people that, really care and that want to shoot decent ammo.
From our side of it, I can't speak for our MDs, who are the ones who actually place all the orders and do all that kind of stuff for it. But from our side of it, like, it's been pretty easy having our own BB brand, because they've kind of been selling themselves to a degree. Like, we got them in, we didn't know if they were just going to be like our thing or not, and now they're in over 100 sites and shops around the UK. We've, based on the reputation that players have had, and then other retailers have had from them, we have people coming to us wanting to sell them, and it's definitely exceeded all expectations. Like, we got the initial shipment we got in end of April 2023. It was meant to last us a year. I think we've had 4 or 5 shipments since then.
Yeah,
it's kind of gone a lot more. We tripled our ammo sales in the first month, I believe, and it just kind of gone up since there. It's been a wild ride, and there's more coming from the Rebel brand as well in the future.
Sounds good. Very interesting. Drowsiest 2000 has asked who each of your favourite BZ staff member is.
I hate them all. None of them. Nah. There's no one I dislike. The best part about working in a company which is your hobby is that everyone has the same interests and everyone just gets along. Like, it's as simple as that. I mean, we all, we can have arguments with each other over, way things work and stuff, but there's never been a day where I thought, I really don't like him. I really can't pick anyone that I like more than anyone else, because they're all great to work with and they're all great people. Lewis, you have to say me though, by the way.
Yeah, that's the opposite, Joe. So, please feel sorry for me. But, in every other job I've had, there's been someone who kind of ruins it. You know what I mean? There's always been someone who rubs me up the wrong way. But I can honestly say, considering I work with like 5 different companies, across those companies there's about 100 plus staff. I've never once met anyone at this job that I didn't get on with or disliked or anything, especially at BZ. Like, I think that's part of the reason we've done so well in the last year or two. Like, I think we do have a really good team and it keeps growing, and I think we're lucky to have some of the people that we do. I'm not going to pick anyone as my favourite, because I love them all equally. I guess Thomas and Neil, because they pay my wages. I'll go with them.
That's a very fair answer. I should have done that. Damn, I didn't suck up enough.
A few more comments we've had. Hulk asking if BZ will be our charity event in July. I don't think you guys are coming. It's a bit of a trek for you, isn't it?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, me and a few. Is it just a Sunday game or?
It's the weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
I might just come down for the Sunday. You never know. I might, because I say we know Skirmish Wigan. We do speak to him. So yeah, might see if me and James and a couple of the lads want to travel down for a game day. Why not?
Sounds good.
More than welcome.
Smurfette has said, great to see BZ venturing more into airsoft as well as paintball. Pyrogen just put there all the best of BZ. So, what is your favourite site to play at and why?
So I've started getting into, over the past since working here, really. A few mil sims and stuff. So I play quite a few of the Sterling Airsoft games, and the training game at the training ground at Catterick Winnie Hill, just fantastic. It's like a small village, and it's in and out of buildings. It's fantastic. So even though it's not technically an airsoft site, yeah, Catterick every day of the week for me.
For me, I'll be diplomatic and I'll say Battlezone Edinburgh. They run a airsoft walk-on every 2 weeks, every other Sunday. And that's not something that we, as the company owners, asked them to do. It was the staff that wanted to do it, and they loved doing airsoft that much. They tried to build a community themselves, and that's purely on them. So I think I love that side of it, the fact it's kind of grown just from pure passion rather than a business decision or anything like that. But I will say that here in Teesside, where BZ's based, we're like lucky to be surrounded by a lot of great sites in the area. We've for those who are coming to BZ Fest, we've done a graphic of all the sites that are in about a 45-minute radius of us in the north, and there's like 10 or 11 different sites or something like that. Most Sundays you'll find at least one BZ staff member at Dirty Dog Airsoft. There's District 23, a great indoor site about 15 minutes down the road from us. They're hosting a night game right after BZ Fest on the same night. You've got Armageddon Airsoft about 15 minutes away. We're in a really good part of the country for airsoft sites. If you come into BZ Fest and you're there until the Sunday, please do go and play at one of the sites because you'll regret it if you don't.
It's good. So something sort of relating into that. Holker said, for BZ, when was the first time you played airsoft? And what site was it at as well?
What was that one, sorry?
So when was the first time you played airsoft? And my question is, what site was that at?
So it was, what we're in 2024 now, God. It must have been 12, 13 years ago. And it was at Halo Mill in Huddersfield, little CQB indoor arena. And yeah, I just got hooked from there, really. It was it was just a fun time, me and my mates, and we just, been hooked ever since.
I'm only involved with airsoft in the first place because of BZ. As I said at the start of the podcast, I kind of fell into this job. I didn't apply for BZ to work here. I've kind of just ended up working here. I didn't even apply for the position I've got. So the only reason I've ever shot an airsoft gun or been involved in airsoft in the first place is because of BZ. So the first place I ever played or shot a gun was actually out the back of our shop and inside our paint room where we used to do our tracer videos and stuff like that. That's my origins of airsoft.
So I'll get him out. Don't worry. We'll teach him.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Have either of you, obviously, you were saying about how it started off as mainly paintball. Have you played paintball before then?
Yeah,
we find most airsofters go, I tried paintball once with a group of mates, and then that's how they then found airsoft. That's normal.
Yeah, and that is kind of the problem that paintball has at the moment. But yeah, no, I do play paintball. I've got guns and masks and all sorts. Yeah, no, I think playing both is good. At the end of the day, I'll always say to people, like, I love airsoft. I'll always play airsoft. But there's nothing as fun as shooting a paintball marker. They're just so much fun to shoot. So when you do get a chance to do it properly, like you've got the proper tournaments and stuff, it's so much fun. So yeah,
we do. We like to try and encourage people to try both at least because they've each got their own benefits and there's just aspects of each one that are better than the other, and it's hard to deny that they're not. But they're just not, either is not for everyone. So, but I think you should at least try it. And as Joe said, tournament level paintball is quite interesting. We do a lot of tournament level paintball events throughout the year. Joe was at one 2 weekends ago, I think it was.
Yeah, it was. Oh, yeah.
CPVS. Joe's at most of the paintball events we do. I'll be at a couple later this summer. I have played paintball a couple of times in my life. I was 13 once, and a group of 18-year-olds turned up, and I shit myself. And then I played just after COVID a few years ago, and I painted some trees very nice, and I might have hit one person accidentally. But yeah, that's my paintball experience.
Obviously, earlier on you said how Joe went aboard when you were doing all the BB testing. Is it only Joe that tends to go aboard on these work trips, or do you take other members of staff with you sometimes? Or
so it's not down to me at all. It's just I've been very, very lucky with to be honest, even with Taiwan the first time round, it was meant to be Neil going, and then I believe it was something along the lines of, there's no point in Neil really going because he doesn't really know anything about this kind of stuff. So why don't we take Joe? I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go to Taiwan. Yeah, I'll go on a work trip, absolutely. And then again, this year at what was the gym?
IWA.
Thank you. At IWA. It was meant to be Neil going, but he had something on that weekend, I believe. So it was like, right, well, why don't you take someone else instead? They say so, got to go. So yeah, it's not down to choice. I think it's also down to requirement. I mean, the majority of the trips we go on now are airsoft based, and because the whole point of them employing me was for airsoft knowledge, like I'm very fortunate in the sense of I've got the knowledge, so they take me to be able to speak to people and learn off it and stuff. So yeah, I'm sure if there was a trip where another member staff was more useful, they'd take them. Like, because you've got to take everyone somewhere, because you can't just keep taking one member of staff. But I've just been really lucky so far, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was invited to IWA a few months ago, but unfortunately wasn't able to go. Clashed with something in my personal life, but yeah, I think going abroad for stuff is kind of, especially for airsoft, is still quite a new thing. It's only something we've been doing for the last few years, and it's just a case of who's available when, and our MDs do make the majority of those trips. And I know, like, before COVID, like, some staff members got to go to like the Paintball World Cup in California and stuff like that. I even know, like, way back in the day when BZ was a very young company and we didn't have tons and tons of staff members, the Christmas party used to be in Benidorm. Everyone used to get flew out to Benidorm for the Christmas party. So
I think
I wish those days would come back. Yeah, should bring that back. 100 of us go to Benidorm.
Just head office. It's fine. Just head office. Just
head office can go. But yeah, I definitely think going forward there will be more opportunities for other people than Joe. But Joe has earned his right to be there. He knows what he's doing most of the time, and
most of the time, some of the time.
Yeah, now our marketing team has grown from just me to myself and my apprentice Luca. We now have the opportunity to like actually go to events and do like proper tours of the event and actually have like a cameraman with me, and we've now got like a gimbal and stuff like that, which we didn't have 6 months ago. So going forward, fingers crossed, we will be able to attend more shows, and we now have a team big enough. In the past, because we commit to these paintball events that we've been going to for years, airsoft events weren't really on the cards, but now we have a team big enough where so many people can go to a paintball event, so many people can go to an airsoft event, and we still have enough people to run the shop back in Teesside. So like Joe's at Shifty Riffs this weekend. There's definitely a couple more events we're doing later this year. You did an event end of last year in West Midlands Airsoft. So hopefully you'll be seeing the BZ Tactical pop-up shop stall, more events going forward as well.
That's very good. Well, have you had any embarrassing moments in the shop?
No, I don't think so. None that I can think of. I mean, they can't. Not really an embarrassing one, but I have no idea how it happened. But I rang some customer the other day. And I said, "Oh, hi, it's Pete from BZ." I don't even know why I said that. It's not my name, and that's stuck. in the office. But apart from that, I can't think of anything.
Well,
Lewis will probably come up with something.
Yeah, I can list off a few for you. So yeah, you called yourself Pete, and then 3 weeks later you did the same, but you called yourself Pedro. So you've now got
I
three
don't even
names.
remember that. I've blocked that one out clearly. I don't even remember that one.
There was the time that you fell off the tech stool. We caught that on CCTV. We played that on a loop.
No, that collapse. I didn't fall off it. That collapse. I'm gonna clarify
It
that.
was about 2 months ago. You fell off the scooter in the warehouse.
The floor was dirty. Not my fault.
Yeah, there's the time that someone shot a computer screen in the tech room.
I don't remember doing that. So everyone points towards me, but I do not remember doing that. So I refuse to take the blame. Like there's no camera, no crime, no nothing. Nah.
For myself, I'm not in the shop too much. They kind of keep me locked out back, hidden away from the public. The only thing that embarrasses me is when I walk through the shop or I walk out on my lunch break and someone says, "Another guy from TikTok." Yeah, which happened earlier today, and I kind of go, "Yeah, that's me. I'm nearly 30, and that's what I do." Yeah, okay, but that's about as embarrassing as BZ gets for me.
You should have sent us that CCTV footage. We could have played it.
100%.
I'm sure Neil's got it saved somewhere. I can definitely put that out there.
Have it on loop at the BZ Fest on the big screen.
I know.
Yeah.
Do you know what they do? They bring it up at the Christmas party, like because we do have a few companies that are under the BZ family name. Our Christmas parties are normally about 120 people, I think, somewhere around there, something ridiculous. And there's just a big projector screen with just embarrassing moments throughout the year. And the majority of the footage comes from our office because obviously that's where they are. They set up the event, so it's just it's normally terrible for us anyway.
Adam said he sounds like a health and safety nightmare, and then Pyroginge put Joe is health and safety.
Yeah, literally. I'm the reason the book's written, that's for sure.
You find you guys, because obviously you said that when we said about favourite people, and you said how it was so nice, obviously, the team that you have and how well you work together. Do you find that it's almost like working with your mates, and you have quite a lot of banter and stuff in the office?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we do have a lot of good laughs and a lot of good time together. It can get difficult, to be honest with you, because then if you're in a position like that I'm in now, where like I've got to be a bit more authoritative, I don't really want to be telling my mates off. So like it can actually be quite difficult, but yeah, no, it is just just working with your mates. Yeah.
Everyone gets on. It's like it's a great vibe in general, to be fair. But I don't know about Joe, but a lot of the time I don't really even have a chance to speak to a lot of people because we've got so much going on. Like BZ Tactical itself is a full-time job for what I do, but then I also have to do the BZ paintball stuff, and then I've also got 3 other companies that I work for. So like trying to balance them all sometimes can get a bit ridiculous. And then on top of that, I've been part of the BZ Fest organising committee, and doing that some days is a full-time job in itself. So sometimes, I think Joe can attest to this, I am the quietest person in that office because I can't bring myself to even think for a moment. I'm sure. Yeah, but when Joe embarrasses himself, I've always got a little comment to make about it. Even though I'm not
You're the first one. We use Skype Pro, like in the word chat. Yeah, he's the first one on it with a comment.
I can't remember how long ago it was now. On social media, there was obviously a sort of post that went around. You had an account taken down. Obviously now you've got new accounts set up. Have you got like a backup plan if that happens again, or is there any sort of like precautions that you've now had to take because of what happened?
We've definitely had to change some of our content. So we've had this happen a few times, to be fair. Instagram got took down while I was on holiday, actually, 2 years ago, they've kind of changed how they limit stuff. So I don't know if any players or other stores have experienced this, but they used to just take down gun content and stuff. Now it's kind of like, yeah, you can post your gun content, but we just won't show it to anyone. So we have had to like build that Instagram back up over the last 2 years while being completely restricted. So the only way people find us is either searching us directly or relying on other people sharing us. So that's been a challenge. But and then recently, very in the last month, we had our Facebook page taken down. Facebook has been a nightmare for airsoft stores and brands and content creators since like January. They've really cracked down on airsoft content to the point where the thing that got our Facebook page taken down was somebody else posted a video on Instagram, tagged us in it, and then for some reason that got our Facebook page banned, even though it wasn't on our Facebook page at all. So they're really, really cracking down on that. And our TikTok account, thankfully, the ban's never lasted more than about an hour or so, but we have had that taken down in the past as well. I know Patrol Base recently had their TikTok account permanently deleted. Land Warrior, who had the biggest Facebook page of any airsoft store in the UK, that went completely. We're all facing it. I think you've just got to change, be a bit smarter with what you post and how you word stuff and what platforms you put on what. Like on Facebook now, we kind of use that as more as this is kind of what we got going on in the shop, and like posting about not showing any guns and stuff like that. We kind of keep that for Instagram. And then TikTok, a lot of the time we just post stupid things that don't really push our actual products and just kind of push what like the brand and the store itself. Backup plans, we have like backup accounts just in that we kind of post on a little bit, just in case an entire account goes down. We're not starting from complete scratch. I would love to see a new form of social media rise where people, where people can post the type of content they want without being restricted. I know there's a couple of people working on that kind of thing. I know we should be doing more. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, go. Yeah, sorry.
I was just saying, yeah, we had on one of our previous podcasts, we had Rob on here from Airsoft World because he's trying to create that sort of platform at the moment. So I think there are things there. It's just getting people to use them. It's
getting enough people at once when it's first getting off the ground to want to get behind it. We definitely should be doing more stuff with things like Discord and WhatsApp channels and stuff like that. For us at the moment, it's purely a time thing, just because we are already juggling so many things. Yeah. We've recently tried to launch our YouTube channel, and we're spending a lot of time making content for that. So every day is a battle, and it's getting harder, and everyone's in the same boat though, basically, and we're all trying to support each other and just have to hope we can all get through it, and at some point it gets a bit easier and a bit less strict, but time will tell, I guess.
Yeah. Did you find that you've managed to rebuild the Facebook page to where it was before, or are you still slightly...
Oh, no. So the Facebook page has only been a month. It's a very long way off what it used to be, but because so much of the content was getting flagged, our content was getting hidden a lot to a lot of people. So even though we've got like 10%, not even 10% of the followers we used to have, we're still getting about the same amount of likes on certain posts because we're no longer in that ban. And also we can't show off the more interesting content anymore. Like we can show off like stuff like we got a new 50-meter target range that we've just built. It's very nearly completed. We can show off stuff like that. But when we've got new guns coming in, like we had a post taken down once, which was literally just a box. It was like a stack of KWA boxes. You couldn't even see what guns they were or anything like that. And they got taken down. So
it's mental.
it's very hard to get people to follow your page when you can't show off the most interesting things that you sell. But you know, we're doing all right. Business is still doing all right, so I won't worry too much yet.
So obviously, like you've teamed up with quite a few different airsoft brands. Is there any others in the airsoft world that you want to team up with?
It's difficult. I mean, there's plenty of brands out there, but it's also which ones kind of like work for us. Because when we want to work with a brand, we want to give it everything we can. So therefore, if we work with everyone, we're not going to do everyone like enough justice. You know what I mean? Like if you we've certainly found this. We don't want to stock everything, because then how can I go to the person that I'm buying it from and say, oh, I've done really good for your product this year, because I can't pay everyone 100% attention all the time. So we'd rather keep it to, I think, pretty much where we are now. Maybe a few other brands might come on board in the future, but yeah, I'd rather keep it where we are now and just kind of make sure that everyone we do work with is well represented and looked after. Instead of just being stocking everything, which just isn't. I don't think it's the best way to go.
Yeah, I think like something about BZ that kind of is a little bit different to other shops is that we're also a distributor. We do work with a lot of airsoft shops and sites around the UK. Kind of makes me laugh when we have like someone will comment on a video saying, "I'd rather buy it from so and so. I'd rather buy it from HC2 shop or High Pressure or something like that." And I just think, well, they bought it from us. We're the one who supply them. So yeah, by all means, go for it. There's certain products where people say you're more expensive than this person, and the reason we do that is because we do it on purpose, because we sell it to them, so we want them to have an advantage to sell it. So we make our prices slightly higher than them, so they've got a better chance of selling it. We want to kind of spread the sales about and make sure everyone's getting a piece of the pie and we're all doing well. So that goes the same with like the brands that we distribute, like KWA. We're the UK distributors for that, but we have like KWA UK social pages. They're open to everyone. We'll support any company that any store that sells KWA in the UK. We help push them. We have a Rebel Precision Instagram page, which pushes all the other stores and sites that sell it as well. We do a lot to push artwork in the UK. We've got like prototypes of the APC 9K, which have gone out to other stores. So yeah, if we work with a brand, we really, really want to work with them and make sure that they're well represented in the UK. Personally, I know we've got a new brand. I think it's confirmed, but I'm not going to publicly say what it is. But if you're a speed softer, you might be interested in it very soon. I'm hoping to announce that maybe even this week. Someone I personally would like to work with, and someone we just can't because of the logistics on there, and is Wolverine. I know we've had a couple of meetings with them, but they basically can't. To do with like deals they've already got in the UK and stuff like that. Right now, we can't sell Wolverine stuff, but fingers crossed something will change with that in the future. And so I'd love to have some Wolverine stuff in the shop.
Yeah, I also think it's really important that we do just as much as we can for the other stores that we sell to, because at the end of the day, there's always going to be someone that doesn't want to shop with us, and that's fine. But that doesn't mean that they should be restricted on getting the product that we distribute. So therefore, as many stores as possible have the product, and therefore, I'm not a massive fan of BZ, but I want this. I'll get it from the person I like instead. And I always say to people when there's new stuff coming in that their local store doesn't stock, I go, look, if you've got a preferred store, don't buy it from me. Go down to your local store, tell them you can get it, and just that way it opens up more for them as well. There's more business for that store, which is just so much better for the community as a whole to grow.
Well, that's really good. Like I say, you're focusing. It comes across as not a very greedy company, that you do actually genuinely want to help the airsoft community and the people community as well.
Well, at the end of the day, I started out as a player, and I still play quite a lot. So people come in the store and they whinge about other stores, and I'm like, no, I shop with them with no problems at all. Like I don't see And personally, I've been very fortunate in that almost 13 years of playing now. I've done online orders with loads of other companies, never had a single issue. So I know obviously that's rare. Obviously things do go wrong, supply chain wise. But yeah, I think I've been lucky. But I say I think everyone should be able to shop where they want, and the more places, the better, really.
Have you got
You keep cutting out, Sarah.
I'm full robot.
hello?
Canvas.
Just about, yeah.
Try again.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm back. Sorry. I was asking, have you got any new BZ merch in the pipeline?
Yes, we do. So we've got some exclusive merch for BZ Fest. There are patches available. There are T-shirts and there are hoodies available as well. I believe T-shirts and hoodies will be arriving with us tomorrow or the day after. We might show them off beforehand. We might not. I'm not sure. But we've gone with like a very festival vibe. For this, we've made like a very like kind of groovy style T-shirt. It's not something that we normally sell or you'll normally see from an airsoft brand. So we try to do something a bit different with that. And then going forward from that, we do have something where we will be able to sell a lot more merch. I don't think it's a secret, so I'll say it. We've bought our own printing equipment. So for garments, we just physically don't have enough time to fully get it set up yet because of BZ Fest and building a range and all this kind of stuff. But once that's kind of out the way, we're going to get that all set up properly. So we'll be able to make our own T-shirts. This means that we can have as many designs as we want on the website available for people to order, and then we can just print them as they order them. We've also got an embroidery machine as well, so that we can do hats and beanies and stuff like that. It just literally is a case of us at some point finding the time to do a complete setup of that. I used to actually work in T-shirt manufacturing. I used to work printing T-shirts and stuff like that. So it's something that I've been pushing for a while. And once it's up and running and we can just go, yeah, here's 15 new T-shirt designs. You can have whatever you want. I think it'll be interesting, and it'll also mean like we'll be a lot more open to people's ideas and suggestions for T-shirts and merch designs and stuff like that. So I really want to do a lot more different stuff. I've got a lot of designs saved up, ready to be used in some form going forward. So hopefully, fingers crossed, very soon you'll be seeing a lot more merch from us.
Is it mainly yourself that does all the designs, or is it just kind of like a bit of input from everybody?
So it's me. So we've got one of our MDs, Neil, who's did the Rebel logo, and he did the BZ logo about 20 years ago, and he's the guy who does all of our website design and stuff like that. When I first started at BZ like 4.5 years ago, I'd never even used Photoshop before. I've kind of just picked stuff up as long as we've gone on the way, and I kind of just do a lot of parody designs and stuff like that. So it's either myself or Neil who does the designs, and most of the time I just have a daft idea at home and kind of try and work out as best as I can. I did the Barbie T-shirt. I did this hoodie I've got on now. So yeah, I just have to make sure they get a seal of approval from the bosses before we go live with any merch ideas.
Awesome.
Sounds good. I'm just a bit conscious of time because on Instagram we only get an hour. Yeah, we'll wrap it up there, guys. That's all right. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching and for joining the questions and that. We've been bombarded with many. Sorry we haven't got through them all. Yeah, massive thank you to Joe and Lewis for coming on.
Absolute pleasure.
No problem at all.
So yeah, just to reiterate, if you do want to go to BZ Fest, keep an eye out. Tickets are sold out, but some may become available in the future, depending. But yeah, I'm sure you guys will keep us updated on that. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you guys for coming on, and we'll be back on the 4th of June with our next year. Yeah, take care everyone, and we'll see you at the events between now and then.
Yeah, be there first, guys. See you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.